So today I'm going to show you how to make turkey pot pie using Thanksgiving leftovers. Turkey that no one's really going to want to eat unless you make like turkey sandwiches, or you just want to get creative with your turkey leftovers. And I know almost everyone who eats turkey on Thanksgiving has leftovers. Well, make pot pie. You need pie crust, mixed vegetables. I like using the ones with little potatoes. If you don't, you can choose corn, potato, carrot. Some people like using green beans, peas. I mean, you can really do whatever you want. The can of all the vegetables really has like everything I need in it. So use one of those, one big can of cream of chicken, and a whole lot of turkey, like a lot. And a whole lot of seasoning I have up here. We're gonna boil everything. So first step, open your can, cream of chicken. Now I'm gonna be making 2 pies because my dad and stepmom would like a pie. So I'm gonna be making 2. 1 can makes 1 pie, 2 cans makes 2 pies. Dump 1 big can into a pot. Now that the cream chicken is dumped inside the pan, I'm going to add a little bit of milk, not too much. The 2 cans cream of chicken that I used, I'm going to use a little bit of milk, probably about 1/3 of a cup, maybe 1/4, just a little bit. I added the milk inside one of the cans just to get every little bit out. And so now I'm going to add my flour. I'm going to add a little bit as a thickening agent. Maybe that much. The cream of chicken's already very thick as it is, but I'm going to add a little bit of flour and milk mixed up in a can just to get that little bit of thick going. Now that my cream of chicken is hot and it's ready for the turkey. So now I'm going to incorporate almost all of this turkey. So obviously I put in a lot of turkey. We're going to mix that all together. I set my temperature to about medium. So I know the cream chicken's hot, it's boiling. Turkey that's already been cooked is in there. Now I'm going to season using poultry, pepper, Italian seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, chicken bouillon, a little bit garlic salt depending how salty it is, and then oregano. So I'm going to season everything before I put in the vegetables. I used about a 1/2 teaspoon pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon poultry seasoning, a teaspoon Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of oregano leaves, garlic powder, and onion powder, probably a teaspoon of chicken bouillon. I'm going to mix all this, taste it, see if it needs salt. Remember to always taste everything because you never know, you can always add salt, but you can never take it away. So I'm just careful about that because I tend to over salt everything. Set your oven to 450 at this point because you're going to be making one of the pie crusts.
Definitely the biggest cheerleader I got.
Oh, here's the other stinky one. Hi. What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, how come you're not in bed? Oh, are you gonna wrestle now? What's happening? Oh, I know. Okay. Well, just go ahead and wrestle. That's okay. Turn the burner off because you don't need it on anymore. It's done. You cooked everything, you can add your vegetables cold, it's okay. Also, this is the recipe for 2 pies, 2 turkey pot pies. So that means you can lessen your ingredients, lessen your flavors, you can lessen everything, or you can do whatever you want to do. And then get stared at by a little dog because she wants turkey. She's not getting turkey because life is hard, and that's not what you get. You don't get good things. I know. Hi, Stinky. Hi, Stinky. Hi. Hi. Okay, now for you guys. No. Not for you. Go out. Go get in bed. Get in bed. And some more Italian and oregano. I put probably 1/2 teaspoon of Italian and oregano in here. And now I'm going to mix it up. And I'm going to taste it again. That's one of the biggest things for me. I love tasting my food. I love seeing how it tastes because it might need more of something. It might need more pepper. It might need more garlic powder. And with your little spray thing, you're going to spray the pan because you're going to put a sheet of dough in there. You want to make sure it doesn't stick or nothing.
No one called you. No one called you. What? What do you want? No one called you both. Get out of here. Go to bed.
My parchment paper, my dough, and my pan. This dough definitely gave me a hard time. Can you see that? Yeah. Now parchment paper is on top of the dough. I'm going to use my makeshift rolling pin and I'm going to roll it. And it's going to become flattened out. Put that crust on here. Excuse you, miss. I'm busy. Not for you.
What? What are you staring at? What do you both want?
With a fork, I'm going to generously poke some holes in the pie crust. With a fork, I'm going to poke a lot of holes in this pie crust because it's raw and I want all the air to get in here good as possible. I'm going to cook this crust for about 10 minutes because I want all of this pretty much done before I put in the filling. Now I'm going to work on pie crust number 2. Exactly like before, except this time the pie crust came out beautifully. This pie crust is done, the other pie crust is done. I'm going to stick them in the oven for about 10 minutes to where they're almost all the way cooked. When it's cooked and hot, I'm going to add my 2 cans of vegetables for 2 pies. And I also drop carrots on the ground, which means my dogs are going to be very happy because they get a little fallen treat, even though it's carrots.
It's not for you. What are you doing?
Excuse me, ma'am. That's not for you.
Oh, no. What? Why are you stretching? Why are you coming back? What? I thought I got rid of you guys. Why are you coming back? What? What? Not for you. You get nothing. Go get in bed. Hey, you. Excuse you. Go get in bed. Come on. Come on. Go. Come on. Get in bed.
Oh, what a good girl.
What do you want, you smelly girl? What? You get in bed too. What? What?
Oh my goodness.
Get in bed. What? Get in bed. Go get in bed. Why are you stinky? Oh, you got your baby? Is that your baby? Oh, I know. Good. Get it.
I really think they're gonna get something. Wow. Wow, you really think you're gonna get something?
Do you want doggy treats? Yeah, you can have doggy treats, but that's it. I know. It's so not fair. And not fair. You're not getting turkey, no turkey.
So the pie crust is supposed to look like that. It does shrink, but it's no big deal because a top layer goes on to the pie crust fill up and you made a mess. Set your oven to 350. So you're gonna have leftovers, definitely. Now it's time to top these bugs. Rolling out the crust and it broke. So no big deal. We're gonna cut it anyways after we roll it. And not a big deal.
Good girl, I'm waiting. It's not gonna get you any chicken, baby. No turkey, no chicken, no.
So I have this pie crust all rolled out, messed up, but flattened out some more. I'm gonna cut some holes into it to ventilate it while it cooks. Just gotta roll this top one out. I like to keep the pie crust on the parchment paper and flip it over. That way it doesn't break because one pie looks really sad. You can tell that I totally made 2 different crusts, obviously. Not for you, but I made 2 crusts. That one looks really pretty. I just went behind the edges and I pushed it down with my finger, and I made sure that both crusts, the cooked crust and the uncooked crust, are touching. And then this one, I used a fork to get more precision because this one's all kinds of messed up. They're all pretty regardless of how they look. Egg wash, I'm going to coat the top of these two pies. You want to make sure the egg wash gets on the uncooked crust, because then it's going to have that pretty flaky sort of look to it, you know, like in the bakeries and all that, those good places. Now moving on to the pretty one. I'm going to check on them, see how they're doing in about 20-30 minutes now that my oven is at 350. What?
So now it's been like 30 minutes or so. I'm going to check on the pies. During about halfway through, I hacked it up to 385 to kind of give like a crispier effect. Took about 30 minutes.
So that's how they look. They are beautiful. I take a fork and just kind of, I want to hear that. I like that. Look at that toilet paper that we got. That's a huge thing of toilet paper. We're never going to use that. That is just a... When are we going to use that? It's going to take us a year. It's going to take us forever.
That would be Thanksgiving leftover turkey pot pie